We are Chicago's talk leader, 89 WLS.
Stay connected to 89 WLS, the latest news direct to your mobile device. Text BREAKING to 68683.
Welcome back to So What's Your Story on 89 WLS. I'm Bob Brinson, and we have the wonderful folks from the Center for Minimally Invasive Surgery of Illinois. Right now, in the studio, we have Dr. Charles Amenta. And Dr. Amenta is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And we're going to be talking about different things, but I guess the big thing, tonsillectomies, tonsillitis. Are we still doing that? Are we still taking out our tonsils?
We actually are. I know that several decades ago, it used to be almost a routine thing where children would get their tonsils removed. It would be something like, Billy's getting his tonsils taken out, and just bring Sally along and we'll do hers too. It was almost as though they felt that everyone really should have that done in certain communities. But now we're very, very selective. We have much stricter indications, but there definitely are reasons for taking them out, and there are still plenty of tonsillectomies performed. About 500,000 children get their tonsils removed every year, and probably half again as many adults get their tonsils removed every year. So it's a common operation.
One of the indications, I guess with a kid, they're getting, what, a lot of sore throats?
Sore throats are a big one, strep throats that attack the tonsils, and it would have to be a certain number over a number of years. It wouldn't just be having one bad winter and taking the tonsils out, but if they had a recurrent pattern of that, that would be, one issue. Though the most common reason for children to get their tonsils removed is something called obstructive sleep apnea, where the tonsils are so enlarged that they're causing blockages during the sleep at night. So that's the biggest reason for children to get their tonsils removed. In adults, it can be a factor also, though there can be other factors that cause obstructive sleep apnea syndrome. But with children, it's very gratifying. You can really turn a child's life around just by doing a relatively simple operation.
Obstructive sleep apnea. Would that be why people have a tendency to be heavy snorers?
That goes along with it.
Really?
That goes along with it. I think there's almost like a continuum with some people that never snore, some people that snore every night but don't really upset their bed partner, some people that only snore, when they've had a few martinis or something before they go to bed and their throats relax. But there are some people that snore very heroically every night. And when you get to the sleep apnea, that means that they're having obstructions or slowing down of their breathing during sleep. So that's actually a medical condition, not just a social issue.
And these are being performed on a routine basis at the Center for Minimally Invasive Surgery.
That's correct.
This used to be a big thing. When you went in, you'd have to go into the hospital to have, the kids' tonsils out. Right?
It's done safely as an outpatient. There are a few situations where you can anticipate there might be some issues that you'd want to have an overnight stay, but it's quite routinely done as an outpatient and safely done that way. So
yeah, and the procedure, is this correct? Tissue welding tonsillectomy?
That's the new... We hope it's much more delicate impression than that. And there are actually several terms for it. I use the term tissue welding, but I've seen on Wikipedia and all these other places, thermal welding, thermal fusion.
There.
One of the, you like thermal fusion better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Well, some of the companies are using that, so maybe I should try that also.
So the thermal fusion, so what is that? How does that work?
Well, essentially, it's a long instrument that looks like a tweezers.
Okay.
And at the end of it, there's a bit of a heating element that is low heat. And if the element heats quickly, it cuts the tissue. If it heats slowly, it seals the blood vessels. And you're allowed to really preserve tissue, but the heat is so low that you don't have collateral damage, so that other tissues in the area are really not affected by this. And that's a big breakthrough, because previous techniques such as cautery would have a tremendous amount of heat, practically 500, 600 degrees Celsius at the tip of that cautery.
A lot of pain.
There's a lot of pain, because if you have more burned tissue, so to speak, in that area, in that sensitive throat region, you're not happy when you wake up.
Well, it sounds like a very innovative procedure at the Center for Minimally Invasive Surgery. Thank you very much for coming in here. Hopefully I won't have to come see you, but if I do need my tonsils out, I don't want any welding done, but I like the fusion.
Like the fusion, yeah.
The thermal fusion. That sounds good, as long as I still get the ice cream. All right.
Okie doke.
We're talking with Dr. Charles Amenta with the Center for Minimally Invasive Surgery of Illinois, and he is an ear, nose, and throat doctor there, and would love to sit down with you if you have any questions or concerns, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you, sir.